Who has got the best movement serve? So we're going to start with ranking the field with the best serve. Chris, as the biggest, sorry, Jason.
Yeah, my serve
I did see your
decent,
serve.
but...
I did see your serve down in the seaside at Eastbourne, and against the wind, it struggled to get over the net. So we're going to go with Chris the first on the serve.
I'm going to go with Minsick. I saw his serve firsthand. He has an absolute bomb, can hit mid to high 130s with relative consistency. I think he has the variety because the slice serve for him is so big. It opens up the flat serves. It opens up the tee and the deuce, the wide and the ad. As a returner, a lot of times you have to kind of lean a little bit to try to get any type of cue, but he's able to hit all the spots. I think I have to go with Minsick on serve.
Yeah, and I think when he built up a nice rhythm on serve today, you could see he was holding really quickly, wasn't he? Federer, like under 60 seconds, hold after hold after hold. That gives him an opportunity to build up momentum, create some confidence within matches, and can really hurt opponents, so I'm with you on that.
Yeah, I like Tien's. I like the leftiness of it.
Yes.
I think it's understated. Baseliner, Jason.
Consistency-wise, I like Tien as well. Really, really good today. And the fact that he's a lefty, I thought he used the whole court really well to structure the points very intelligently. When you see those left-handers, they could be average as a right-hander, but then elevate themselves to be really good as a left-hander. Fils, of course, has all of that power from the back of the court. Didn't see the best of him today. So from the new players, I like what I saw from Tien. But, of course, Jerry Shang's got a really good forehand on him, too.
This is my chance to kind of try to get at Jason a little bit.
Go
because
on.
if I'm not mistaken, I think it says biggest baseline game.
It does.
For biggest baseline game, for me,
It says where? I didn't read any scripture. No one gave me a script.
Fonseca is going to be my choice for the biggest baseline game. And it's not necessarily predicated on what we saw today. I think today is a bit tough to kind of take, his matchup with Fils and pick and choose, certain things that we liked or didn't like. I'm also going at what I've seen from Fonseca this entire year. He can go absolutely huge off both the forehand and the backhand side, out of the do side corner. His forehand out of the ad side corner is world-class already. I'm going to go biggest baseline game, Joao Fonseca.
But the biggest baseline game doesn't always bring you the best results. You know that from experience.
No, I just like to answer the question. I like to answer the question.
Chris Eubanks is ahead on points. Opportunity to go back. Best mover, Jason. Listen to the word best mover. Who's the best mover out there, Chris?
Oh, we're starting with me now. Ordinarily, I would say Artur Fils. I think out of this field, I would say he's the best mover. I don't think it's by a big margin. I think all of the guys are great movers. If you want to, on technicalities, we can add Jason for the height. Mickelson is a great mover at 6'4", so does his height also
play a part? Does he only play against players that are 6'4" and over? No.
No,
it doesn't matter that he's 6'4", right? It's just who's the best mover.
Yeah, but a guy who's 6'4" doesn't need to move like Jerry Shang.
No, if he has other aspects of his game that are huge, like his serve, right?
Very true.
But I think somebody like Van Ascher, okay, really, really good move. You've seen the size of his legs, right? But doesn't have the rest of his game. So when you're watching him play, you don't necessarily think of that as being a great strength of his, and it might not get him to the top of the game. But he's a really, really good mover. But I think it's nice to have a little bit of everything. Can you run quickly 3 or 4 steps? Can you turn in and out of the corners? We saw both Tien do that really, really well. And in the last match as well, we saw Fonseca do that really well. He's very gangly, isn't he?
Yeah.
Still growing, just 19 years of age. But I thought he's the best gangler.
Van Ascher reminds me a lot of David Goffin with his movement. It's not something that really blows you off, knocks your socks off, but as an opponent, when you're taking him corner to corner and you realize he's on perfect position on every single ball, it's really, really frustrating to deal with.
Well, these two are the best debaters out there. Can we separate the best mover and the best athlete? Is there a difference for you, Jason?
There is. I think a best athlete would be somebody like Alcaraz who can move around the court, get up to the net, get back for the overhead, in for the volley, still control the racket face under extreme pressure. So I think in that category, it would be Fils for me. Super strong, really, really quick, does have a really good all-court game, much better athlete than somebody like Mickelson, who, again, is really gangly, has strengths, but weaknesses, too, in his overall movement.
Kind of sad because I agree with him this time. There's no fun. It's no fun in going back and forth.
You're still ahead on points because he's used the word gangly twice, and that unfortunately cancels out
I'm just trying to outfox him.
No. I could see the look on his face. He's gone gangly again. That's not what I'm looking for.
Yeah, but I think you hit the nail on the head, Jason. Oftentimes in tennis, we find great movers who are great laterally, and then you can use the drop shot. It's something Alcaraz has done great against Medvedev, who's one of the best movers side to side. Up and back still is not where he probably would like it to be, but I think Fils is a dynamic mover in all areas of the court, out of the corners, up and back, going back for the overhead. So I would agree with Artur Fils.
Well, that's been a nice little sparring contest between you two. Round one is done and dusted. I think we're actually even on points, to be honest.
Nice.